how you going? Hey, Jeanette, how you going? Hey, Scott. I'm very well. I feel fabulous. How are you all going? Hey, Susan, how you going? Oh, look at you all go. It's so nice to see you all there. Oh, now my phone's talking back to me now. Tell me this. I'm sorry. Oh boy, how funny. If it's not my iPad talking to me, it's my iPhone. And the other day it was both of them. I'm sure they were having a conversation with each other. Yes, I'm very well, thank you, Scott. I'm really good. I've been very, very busy, which is always good. Can't complain about being busy. Hey, Jane, how you going? But yeah, I can't complain about a thing. Life has been absolutely amazing. What can I say? Yeah, the coaching has been incredible, and my goodness, I got off coaching this morning, and I just really got to me this morning in terms of how people's journeys have been so difficult. I agree with you, Jane. No presidential. I won't be in the least bit presidential with you here. I will try and stick to what we're doing here, and I will completely ignore any presidential stuff. How's that sound? But yeah, I had a really emotional little moment. And, as a person who absorbs people's energies, I'm very, very conscious of, taking on people's energies. But every now and again, somebody is just so incredibly beautiful and their life story is so incredibly hard for them to talk about. And I think I realize how, amazing the journey is to turn your life around. And I'm so glad I can share that with people. I'm still thinking of doing card readings, Scott. I'm still thinking of doing that. And I am doing a couple of coaching sessions where I'm teaching people tarot in the coaching sessions. So we can do that as well. Hello, Sarah. How are you going? How are you, Janet? So I will get back to doing some of those. I can't at the moment because the coaching is sort of taking up a fair amount of time. But after this next few weeks, then I'll start sort of maybe narrowing the coaching down a little bit. But at the moment, it's been really good. How are you, Sue? Lovely to see you on board. So it's sort of a little bit of a journey. Oh, Caitlin, how are you? It's a little bit of a journey to see, where I'm going to sit and what's right for me, etc., etc. So I'm always so low in this chair. Hang on a second. I might just grab my Winnie the Pooh cushion. Trying to. That's better. Now I feel like I'm like tipping over the top of everything. Trying to work out where the journey's going to take me. But I'm completely just going with the flow, just seeing what I can do. Hopefully this week you have good sound. I had somebody in to check out my computer, recalibrate, and got the speakers, the microphone working here for me. So it should all be good this week. But apparently the microphone is what's going in this computer. So I'm all red today. All red. I like red. It's a power color. Red and black. Oh, thanks. Oh, dear. And so it is really good, but it looks like there will come a time where I have to replace the computer. But sometimes, I don't know if you guys do this, sometimes I forget how long I've had things for, right? And when she said to me, how old's the computer? I was like, okay. So I've been living here in this home for it's 9 months really now. And then I was living in my last place for 2 years and the place before that for 2 years. And I lived in between that in a sort of halfway place for about 6 months. And I bought this computer probably when I first moved into the first place because I kept losing laptops. They kept breaking down on me and I decided to get a desktop. And it wasn't cheap. It was quite an expensive computer, but it's nearly probably between 4 and 5 years old. Yeah, 9 months, Hayley. We've been in a time, what do you call it? Like a time tunnel. Because I keep thinking, wow, it's just, I've been here for 9 months. 9 months. And I feel like that's been like one of those. Just gone. Sitting in poo, I am too, Sarah. Absolutely. My Winnie the Pooh cushion it's really old. I've had it for a very long time. I like Winnie the Pooh. He's a very positive person. Always been a Winnie the Pooh fan. How are you? Yeah, I know. Time warp. That's the word I was after. Hey, Tanya, how you going? Yeah, it is an antique. If you can have an antique poo, then I've got it. Yeah, so anyway, back to the computer. So I've had it between 4 and 5 years, and the girl said to me, wow, that's really good. And I was like, okay, how long is a computer supposed to last? Apparently not 4 to 5 years. So how are you, Jolene? Nice to see you on board. I'm very good, thank you. I hope you are too. It's beautiful because I know all of you on here, which is really amazing. Yeah, so I realised that perhaps 4 to 5 years for a computer might actually be quite a long time. So I'm going to take Sarah's recommendation and buy an Apple Mac computer. So I'm saving up at the moment because the one I want is around about $3,000. So I'm on the save at the moment to buy that particular one because this one is a big screen. It's 24-inch. Apple Mac make a 21 or a 27. So I can't go smaller. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And the girl said the same thing to me. She said, if you like, you know, your Apple phone and your iPads and whatever else, then you're going to really find it very easy to sort of get into Apple Mac computers. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm very excited. So, and this should last me until I get that organized, which is really awesome. But I need a good big computer and a good computer for the work, especially with the coaching, because, oh, there you go, stick with Apple. Yeah. Do you know, I'll tell you a little secret. When my children were small, this would have been a long time ago, probably close to 30 years ago now, I pulled into McDonald's and I bought the McDonald's. Now, you have to understand, I was not a well-off parent and I did struggle quite a lot and I worked a lot trying to keep my family going, and McDonald's for us was a big treat. And I pulled into McDonald's with my kids, and it was the first time they'd ever had the McDonald's Monopoly. So I need to find out when that was run to double check it. Anyway, I scratched they were on tickets then, and I scratched the ticket and I thought I'd won an apple pie. And I kept looking at it thinking, oh, apple pie. And then I realized I'd won an Apple Mac computer. It was one of the first ones to go out in Australia. And it was the same as the ones, because Jane will remember this, the Apple Mac in school, because at that time it was only Apples in school, and they didn't speak to the IBM computers or the Windows or whatever else like they do now. So we got an Apple Mac computer, so had very little of anything else in this beautiful computer, and I couldn't afford the games to go on it. So it was like this beautiful computer I had, and we couldn't really use it for very much because it wasn't really, I think the games at that stage were about $100 each, and it was just something I couldn't afford. So it's quite interesting looking back at that. But yeah, I won a computer. Yeah. So the girl who came round to do the fixing for me, the technician. How are you, Eve? Thank you. You never know. The way things are going, I could be traveling around the world once they get this COVID under control. I can't wait to travel. Yeah, so all very interesting. So that's my journey at the moment, is getting an Apple Mac computer. So looking forward to that. But this one will last a little while longer. That's what I was saying. The technician actually said to me it was a really good way to go. So, Knight of Cups coming out. Geez, we're seeing him a lot lately, aren't we? Or her a lot, as it is on this card. Oh, you're in Australia, in Sydney. Oh, as soon as things get back to normal, I'll be going back to face-to-face readings anyway, Eve. Um, it won't be long. It won't be long. I did start up some face-to-face readings, and I did I think about 8 or 9, and then we had the big outbreak at Campbelltown again, so I sort of pulled back a little bit. That sounds really nice, Sarah. Well done. $500 worth of DVDs. That's huge. Oh, you're 2 hours from where I live. Okay. Oh, well, hopefully, Eve, it won't be too far away. I figure they're going to open the gates very shortly, and I'll be off to Queensland to see my sister. So hopefully it won't be too long. And then while I'm in Queensland, I said to a lot of people that I would do readings again when I go to Queensland like I did last time. So I miss the face-to-face readings. I miss the fairs, even though I'm quite happy to be at home and sort of doing this sort of stuff. At the end of the day, there's nothing really like the energy of being around real people. Hey, Lauren, how you going? Or are you sneaking in work again? Oh, the wish card. Very nice, Sarah. Oh, how funny. Yes, well, there you go. So I'm hoping. Last time I was up there, Hayley, I stayed in a resort, and oh, you're so beautiful, Eve. I stayed in a resort and I did readings. I spent 2 days up there doing readings while I was there, so people could come and see me in person. It was really nice. Ah, so you're not sneaking around, Lauren. You're being well behaved today if you're doing that from home. That's awesome. Awesome. So, how did everybody go with the readings this morning? Usually somebody says something about the readings. They were really, really very energy evoking this morning. So I've been really, really impressed with the readings lately, because they seem to be sort of covering a lot of different things. They're not really, stuck on one way. Yeah, I found them really good too. Yeah, beautiful readings. So, but been speaking to a lot of people who are on the journey, so it's been nice to sort of get the feedback from them too. It's really very exciting. But anyway, I don't know how many of you are on board today. Yeah. 110%. Thanks, Eve. Somebody else said to me the same thing. Somebody wrote up and said it could have been a personal reading for them. But you know what? I do the same thing. I sometimes watch another reader and I think, oh my goodness, that's like, yeah, Jane waits to listen to them till the next day, because it's night time for Jane. So she told me that before. How's the COVID, Jane, and school? How's everything over? I'll see you tomorrow anyway, but how's everything in your school environment? Has the COVID sort of settled a bit in Florida, or is it still really off? Ah, yeah, it's nice to do a Celtic cross reading every now and again. Oh, there you go. That's really interesting. Oh, very nice. Oh, very nice, Caitlin. James Van Prague webinars. Thank you. Sarah said, make sure everybody gives me thumbs up. I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm really hoping for you, Caitlin. This one really comes up for you. I'm really hoping this one. I've got everything, all my intention on this this getting going for you, Caitlin. I really have. Yeah, I've done a lot of. It's really funny because you're talking about that, and I was thinking the last few days where I need to go now, because I've done a lot of work lately on myself. Obviously, I always say to people, don't think because I do this work that I don't work on myself all the time. And I've been doing a lot of work on myself, and I want to say to you, this big turnaround for me. I learned to cope with the overthinking and the ruminating, which has always been a little bit of a problem for me, being an overthinker. And I know it's due to anxiety and it's a learned behavior. And I'd been doing a lot of work on understanding you can't control your thoughts. And I'd watched this little clip from a guru, a lifestyle guru. And he said something in there that sort of really struck home. And I think that's what spirit does, you see. They stick little things in just to sort of give you a little tiny poke. And I practiced what he'd said. And I want to say to you, since I've done that, I'm sleeping through the night. I'm still waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I am not waking up through the night, and I'm going to bed at the same time. So I'm now sleeping about 7 hours straight, or have been all this week. And it's been a blast. It's been a blast. So it's going to be very different now, because I now want to extend that and try and see if I can get 8 hours a night. But the overthinking, gone completely. So I really, whatever the guy said, just went, oh, I've got it now. I know how to stop doing it. No more ruminating. Yes, it's been really good. Yes. And being that I've been a broken sleeper for a very long time, I normally go to bed. I would wake up like maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, sometimes even earlier. Sometimes I'd go to bed at, 9 o'clock and wake at 11:30, and then I'd struggle to get through the next day with the broken sleep. Oh, that's good, Jane. I'm glad. Yeah. Yeah, we're going really well in Australia. I think we only had about 5 cases of COVID yesterday, or 5 detected cases. So we are really getting it under control here. But anyway, yeah, so my sleep pattern's improving. So whoever this guy was, I've got to say thank you very much. So now I've got my sleep under control. I'm thinking, what can I work on next? What is my next journey? So oh, good. Oh, wow. 700 cases in one day. Susan, that's what happened to us here. Oh, see you, Sarah. You take care too. That's what happened in Victoria, Susan. We were going really well. We'd had hardly any cases. Things were really quiet. And then all of a sudden, Victoria just went crazy. They went at over 1,000 cases a day. And that sort of has slowly dwindled down. So, but they went really strict in Victoria. They put down curfews straight away, and people are still sneaking across borders and taking COVID into other states, which I think is highly, highly ignorant of people. But anyway, it seems to be coming under control. Nutmeg. Well, I've never heard of that, Erin. Yeah, I'm not even going to watch the debate. I feel sorry for you guys. That's such a tremendous thing to have to go through. Your voting process is so, it goes on for such a long time. Oh, wow. Difficult to feel at peace. Yeah, I know. Because it's sort of like that whole thing of, do you, change, or is it the devil you know? And we've had that here in Australia when it's been really heavy like that. Oh, Lauren, you're watching it too. Oh, wow. Time to find a movie. Yeah. Yelling. Oh, it's just childish behaviour. It's all the narcissistic people getting in there. All the 8-year-olds all yelling at each other. That's Parliament. Yeah, I know. It is horrible. But, we've seen it with Australian politics too, where they really, we don't have a lot of new blood coming through. So you're sort of, you're really preoccupied with the party in power, but you don't always get a lot of airplay from the people who are in opposition. And we've had some incredible people in opposition along the way, but they haven't had the visibility or the strength to make it into power, which is a bit of a problem. Oh, okay, Eve, you can do that with me if you'd like to. If you'd like to wait a little while, I'm hoping to get, once this coaching sort of dwindles off a little bit, I'm going to start getting some tarot reading classes up and running. I will go and do a beginner's one again, but I've had a lot of people who want to go a bit more sort of intensive. So I'm going to do it for half a day next time rather than just an hour, so that people can read for each other, which I think is really important. Oh, Lauren, that's a great imagination you have there. Yeah, it's quite crazy, isn't it, in the world at the moment? You're welcome. Yeah, they're all talking civil war, Erin. Even the psychics are saying they're getting messages about civil war. So I don't know what's going on over, the political violence. I think they have a lot of trouble in England as well. We tend to follow other countries too. We're not always our own thinkers here. We seem to be bits of sheep. And we do tend to do things because other countries are, but it seems to be the thing to do. So hopefully, it sorts itself out. Yeah, I worry about it too, because it's not really, you've got a lot of unrest. And on top of a year where it's been really erratic, uncomfortable for people, and we've had to face so many things this year in regards to the COVID. So everybody's already a little bit titchy about the whole thing. Yeah, I think we've had enough. It'd be nice if we lived in a peaceful place, wouldn't it? But it's never going to be peaceful because people always want power. Yes. Yeah. No worries, Scott. We'll get some classes up getting closer to Christmas. All right. Let's do a little mini read for you guys. Let's do a mini read and see what's going on in the world. Yeah, well, that's why I said last time I did the tarot classes, I just did like an hour snap session, and it just wasn't long enough for people to share with each other. And I thought the way you learn is by learning in a group and reading for each other, like trusting when you're reading. We'll do a mini read. Lots of positive energy. Some of you guys are just getting away now with all this positive stuff. Hierophant coming out on the bottom. So the Hierophant, that's about stability. You know, the Four of Pentacles is behind the Hierophant here. So the Four of Pentacles talks about hanging on. And it's really funny because I've been having a conversation with people this morning about how hanging on to things actually stops you achieving. So by having a certain way of doing things, or by clinging to things, or expecting a certain outcome, you hold your energy back. It took me a long time to work out that's how it works. So I always think of that, you know, when they talk about the caged bird, setting the bird free. If it returns to you, then it belongs to you. So it's about freedom. How are you, Danielle? Thank you. Nice to see you here. And a lot of people don't sort of get that concept. So sometimes people say, you know, like they're hanging on to things and they can't let go, and they don't know how to let go. So what you need to do is understand, in order to bring stability in, you've got to let go of things. You've got to learn that hanging on actually stops your energy. It slows your energy down. So hanging on to some sort of outcome, it's like plugging a flowing tap. Okay, so if a tap's running and you stick a plug in it, it can't run. And if you're hanging on to something, that's what you're doing. It's like you're sticking a plug in something that can't flow freely. So there is a really big lesson to be learned here, because I have the Nine of Cups here. And it's sort of saying here that if you learn to just trust, put it out there what you want. So being able to say to the universe, this is what I want. I want this, but then letting it go and allowing the universe to do what it needs to do. This idea of control has become so second nature to us that we even try to control our thinking, right? That's why you get into that thinking, the overthinking, the rumination, because you're trying to control your thoughts. So when you have a negative thought come in your head, instead of just going, that's a negative thought, I'm not owning it, I'm going to let it go, we start to chill it. Why is it coming in? What am I thinking about? When's this going to happen? How's this going to happen? And we tend to try to control it. And the really big trick with the overthinking is to understand that your thoughts cannot be controlled. So if you do meditation and you understand when you're meditating that at some point, if a thought comes into your head, you just let it go. You thank yourself for showing you, and you just let the thought go. And that's how you get into a meditative state. Well, if you do that during the day when you start to overthink, just remember that your thoughts aren't something you're putting there. Your brain is doing them without you. That your brain doesn't need to do that. So when it comes in, instead of trying to control it, stop it, thinking about it, ruminating over it, just let it go. You cannot control it. It's like your emotions. It just comes automatically. So there is definitely a lesson to be learned here. There's some sort of wish coming true here because you are letting go of something. So something is coming back to you like the uncaged bird because you let it go. Something is being returned to you. Now, it may not be being returned either. It may be something's coming to you because you've let go of how you want the outcome to be. So you don't need to overthink the outcome. You don't need to ruminate about the outcome. You've just let it go and gone, I trust the universe to bring me whatever it is. So something is coming in here that you have learned to let go of an outcome. All right, have the Knight of Pentacles coming out with the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. Somebody's racing in very quickly here who's taken a really long time to make a decision. Someone who's been poked by the universe. Someone who has been taking their time. They've been trying to get things in order here. So whoever this is has been trying to make sure everything is in perfect order, because that's what the Knight of Pentacles does. I love that, Hayley, dance it off. The Knight of Pentacles likes to see organization and structure. So he's not happy to do anything by winging it. He wants to make sure. Now, if you think about the earth signs, they're, primarily the people who make lists. They're the strategizers. They like to make lists. They like to do things in order, very comfortable with routine, especially, say, for a Virgo, like very important for them to have routine. So this Knight of Pentacles has been doing all of that stuff. So there's this energy of Virgo here. So if you're dealing with a Virgo, definitely could be a Virgo we're talking about here, because this person is putting a lot of time and energy into something here. But the universe is here, the Wheel of Fortune. So there seems to be something that is coming in, and it is coming in as it should, when it should. But you can't force these things. You've got to wait until people are prepared and ready. Because if you're pushing to have something, you're trying to control it, and the person isn't ready, you're just slowing down the whole process. So there's definitely this energy of sort of being poked with a stick here. So somebody's been taking too much time with, and the universe is saying, right, you've done it. You've done it. You need to be poked with a stick now. And then you get this, the Knight of Wands. So it's almost like there's this really slow moving energy, plodding. And then somebody here has gone, right, I've got it now. I'm taking the stick with me. Okay, I'm not leaving it behind. You've poked me with it. I don't want you to poke me with it again. I'm on my way. So something goes from moving very, very slowly to moving. Someone's got the point. Okay, Cancer Pisces energy here. So you have somebody here who's realized emotion, who's waking up to some sort of energy here. They're getting all the information they need now. Sometimes you see the moon and it's only a quarter moon or only a piece of moon. But here, this moon is full. So somebody's got the picture. How are you, Louisa? Somebody's got the picture here now. Okay, so somebody's understanding the journey. Somebody's understanding what they need to do, because the universe has given them that clue. Somebody's had a wake-up call. Whoever this person is has realized now they have to do the healing. They've realized that it's just not working. It's just not coming the way they visualized. It's not coming the way that they saw it coming. So maybe they just expected something to happen, whoever this is for. Maybe you just expected it to happen and you've not realized that somebody has to go through the process, and they're just starting to go through the process now. And then we have the Fool. So somebody really wants to take a leap of faith, but they're not quite ready. Look at this. Someone's coming towards you here with the Empress. Somebody wants to take a leap of faith in your direction. And they're all major arcanas. So the Moon, the Fool, the Empress sitting here. So the universe is really getting to work here. They're really opening someone up here to the energies, really showing them what that means. And it sometimes means, like you feel or you do something, and because we're logical people, sometimes we want to have the proof. And it's sort of like, you get something sometimes and you think, is that real? Is that really happening? And then something shows you that actually it is, and it is truth, but it might not always show up that way. So I feel like somebody here is starting to really understand the truth. Wow, okay. So we have the Queen of Cups coming through. Oh, with the Lovers. So, okay, what we have here is someone who is recognizing emotion. Someone's starting to understand emotion. Someone's been in their logical brain back here, thinking, trying to plan and plot, but their emotions have kicked in here. So the universe has opened up their emotional self to show them what is possible. And the Lovers card, of course, this is something that's being divinely guided. So I have nearly all major arcanas in front of me here. I'll come around. How are you, Joanne? I don't want to miss anybody coming in. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana sitting on the table out of 4, 7, 9 cards. This is huge. Some of you dealing with Gemini, Libra, Virgo, Pisces, Cancer. And then we have news coming in. So this is a message coming through here from your person. Now remember, they're only a page, so it's only a message. But somebody's about to tell you what's going on in their life here. They're about to communicate. Wow, okay, 3 of Cups coming through. So some of you have someone who's leaving another situation here. They're making a choice with this Lovers card. Someone's making a choice and letting you know that they've made a choice here. Wow, this seems to be sort of a very, I don't want to say common, because common sort of cheapens it, but there must be a lot of people on this journey at the moment. Are they poking you with a stick, Susan? Very good. Yeah. Hayley, you're not the only person who says that. I often get people say, wow, I pulled exactly the same cards this morning. How are you, Rachel? Oh, no, it's all right. I'm only on till 1 o'clock. Thank you so much, Rachel. That's really beautiful. Thank you. No, I've got another half an hour, so you're well and truly on time. There you go, Louisa. There's a message for you here. Yeah, it is a good reading, Caitlin, but it's not just my readings at the moment. Like I always say to you, I don't completely not watch YouTube. I have a few readers I watch. I don't watch a lot because I find there's a lot of stuff on there, and I don't always like everybody's way of putting the messages forward. So I have a few readers that I watch every week and watch their weekly readings. But it just seems to be commonplace at the moment, both in my readings, but also in other people's readings. My readings are lining up with other people's. I want to say that. You are very welcome. So yes, so a lot of people are waiting on some sort of communication to come through. Now I don't know with the communication whether it's going to be that everything's going to be resolved, but I think somebody wants to let you know what's been going on with them. They just want to update you about what's going on in their own lives. Oh, Rachel, you're beautiful. Thank you so much. And I've enjoyed that's what I was saying. I got off I got off from doing some work this morning, and I had a little bit of a cry, because sometimes I know it sounds really tacky, and you know me well. I'm incredibly honest. I don't have a thing about me that isn't honest at all. And sometimes it just really comes home how beautiful it is to do this work with everybody. And I am still so humbled by it. I honestly can't even explain to you how it makes me feel. But I had a little cry when I got off a session this morning, because I thought, I'm so grateful that I get to do the work I do. And I realize that, all my life I've been working to get to this point, to be able to, do what I can do for other people now, which is a pretty awesome journey. Oh, Hayley, you are beautiful. Thank you. So I can't even express how much love I feel for you all, because it would just be, so hard to say to you all that you all, mean so much to me, and especially a lot of you guys, because you've joined me on the lives. I've read for you, I've worked with you, and I've got such a good connection to all of you on here. So what can I say? It's just as powerful for me. It really is. And I'm honestly, that's coming from the very core of me. So we've just had I've contributed there. That's not a good thing to be told. My daughter said to me the other day, because when I was working, I'd have everything delivered to my daughter's place, because I was never really sure, and I live in obviously units here, and so I always had everything delivered to her. And the other day she got a set of, I show you them. Let's show you what I bought. I got a set of cards, and my daughter said to me, she doesn't even she doesn't call me like she used to. She'd call me up and she'd say to me, "You got a parcel," and I'd say to her, "What is it?" And she'd say, "I don't like opening your stuff." And I'd be like, "No, you need to open it and send me a picture. I want to know what it is." So now when anything comes for me, she opens it up, takes a picture and sends it through to me and says, "Oh, this is what you've got." Anyway, I had a really big sob, Caitlin. I just met the most beautiful person, and I'm sorry. I just fell apart. I just think that sometimes I listen to you guys and your stories, and I think it's horrible to think that people have been through the stuff they do. And then I think, you know what? We're all here because of that journey. So how incredible is that? So even if we've had some tough things in our pasts, we're all now able to heal with each other, which is amazing. So yes, I did. It really hit home for me today, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. So you want to look at my new deck? Has anybody seen this before? It's a crystal deck. So I bought it because I love crystals anyway. I have a big collection of crystals. I love my crystals. But sometimes I pick something up and I think, I wonder what this is. I wonder what sort of crystal it is. And what they've done is they've got these crystals here, and they have like a nice meaning or a nice message on them. So if you want to, I probably won't get around to do everybody. How long we got left? Maybe about 20 minutes. Okay, if you want to think up a crystal, I might not get to everybody, so don't freak out. But if you want to think up a crystal, I will tell you what it means. And I think that will be a message for you then. Amethyst. Okay, Hayley, let's go for amethyst. This will be your message as well. Okay, well, amethyst we're going with first. And amethyst says, trust your intuition. So this is about intuition, understanding yourself better than anyone else does. Oh, how interesting after I've just been talking about this. Overthinking and analysing can hold us back. Who'd have thought? Tap into your inner wisdom and acknowledge what your intuitive self is telling you. Don't let outside voices talk you out of doing what you know is best for you. Hayley, are you listening to this? Let your inner voice speak for itself. Don't listen to others. You know best for yourself. It tells you that you've got to remember, people tell you things, but if you're confronting a problem, you have to trust what you need to trust. Good girl. You have to trust yourself. All right. Now, who said something next? Let's have a look. Amethyst. Opal. Pink opal. Oh, it's here too. Cut yourself some slack. The way you talk to yourself can either lift you up or tear you down. So be mindful of your internal dialogue. Honor yourself. Be your own cheerleader. Forgive yourself and remain your own best friend through the ups and downs of life. Make a conscious shift to speak to yourself with more compassion, empathy, and kindness. So this is about treating yourself the right way. And it's really good because sometimes the best way to understand how we talk to ourselves, and I know I've just had someone close to me go through this and realize this, is sometimes we say things to ourselves that are quite negative, like, oh, we don't deserve that. Why do you think you don't deserve something? Because you think that you're not good enough. Why do you think you're not good enough? If you're going to say that to yourself, then obviously you think you're not good enough. So there's a problem there and an issue you need to work on, because you are good enough and you are worthy. So just listen to what you tell yourself. And that's what the pink opal talks about. Just being really cautious. How do you talk to yourself? Would you speak to others the way you speak to yourself? Would you treat others the way you treat yourself? And if you would, then that's okay. So there we go. All right, let's see what else we've got here. So pink opal, amethyst, fluorite. Let's try fluorite. So somebody's picked fluorite there. All right, fluorite. This is finding peace within. So peace is not something you find out there. It comes from within. There's no need to wait for the whirlwind of life to stand still, and you don't even have to need to reach internal stillness to tap into it. Peace means the acceptance of your circumstances and the conviction of your beliefs. You can act and find solace when you are at peace with your decisions. By choosing peace, you can tune out external disturbances and embrace a calmer state of being. So this is about confronting any challenge because you feel confident then. So tapping into your inner peace. What does peace look like for you? All right, what we got next. Smoky quartz. Let's see if we've got smoky quartz. We might have quartz, but maybe not smoky quartz. PQRS. Does everybody else do that when you're going through the alphabet? PQRS, smoky, HIJKLM, smoky quartz. It's here too. Okay, so the past is the past. Leave it there. Rather than looking back and letting history define you, make a conscious effort to keep your eyes forward and live your fullest life today. By dwelling on what did happen or could have happened, or the should haves or the could haves, you might miss your moment. Every day is a fresh chance for you to move on and write your story. So this is about experiences from the past that you're still dwelling on. And how would you feel in the present if you weren't dwelling on the weight of those emotions anymore? Might make you feel a lot lighter, right? All right. Oh, Lybian desert glass. Tanya, I've never even heard of that. I'm not sure that will be in here, but I'll have a look anyway. No, can't help you with that one. Pink opal I've done. Black onyx. Now, will it be under black? Nope. It might be under onyx then. Onyx is a very powerful repellent. It's very good for repelling negative energy. Okay. No. There's no onyx in here. Let me just double check and see if it's got a... Nope. Isn't that interesting? No onyx in here. Sorry, but I know that onyx is a very powerful protection. Onyx is like black tourmaline as well. Very protective energy. Okay. Okay. Sue, pick a crystal card for you. All right, let's just pick one out for Sue. Hi, Carla. How are you going? Beautiful. Okay. All right, so we've got two birthdays here because we've got Sue and Jeanette both with a birthday. So let's just do, okay, so, oh, this is beautiful. I just bought one of these. I bought 3 new crystals that I didn't have. I always think when I'm drawn to crystals, I've got to have them in my collection. So, Sue, I've picked Unakite for you. And it talks about living in the now, living in the present, okay? All right. There is no time like the present. The past is done and the future hasn't happened yet, so ground yourself in the here and now. With our busy lives and busy minds, this can be hard to do, but being mindful and in the moment allows you to make the most out of every aspect of your life. Allow yourself the opportunity to really connect with those around you and fully invest yourself in everything you do. So the core questions here say, what is on your mind right now? Wishing you could change the past, worrying about the future. What are you most grateful for right now? All right. Now I was going to pick one out for Jeanette too, because it's Jeanette's birthday this week as well, or somewhere around here. Oh, I like the name of those. I'll come out to those. Okay. Jeanette, you have here Garnet, which is my birthstone. Ignite your passion. Ignite your passion. All right, let's have a look for Garnet. It's funny because you say, Rachel, about, everything sort of resonating. Like I always say, don't forget we're all part of the same energy. We're all part of the same collective. All of us are energy. We're all part of a source energy. And I've just had a little bit of a shift from spirit then. We're all part of the same energy. So just keep that in mind. Garnet is about, this is for Jeanette, Garnet's about igniting your passion. You need a little spice in your life. Light a match to kindle your fiery, passionate nature. The heated energy that comes from raw passion will fuel your sense of excitement in everything you do. Instead of succumbing to what at times can be the monotony of everyday routines, approach the people and projects in your life with enthusiasm and renewed vigor. This perspective will energize you in all areas of your life, including your relationships, career, challenges, and projects. So this is about when you jump out of bed in the morning and you just approach every day with enthusiasm. Okay. Oh, you're beautiful, Sue. Thank you. Okay, there was a couple more there I missed. Where are we going? Apophyllite. Apophyllite. Okay, that's interesting. There is a thing there. Isn't that funny how onyx is not there? I'm still blown away by that a little bit. How very interesting. All right, so we had AP, OP. Let's see if we've got that one. Oh, it is here too, page 10. Okay, so apophyllite, which is I'm pronouncing it correctly, it talks about staying positive. Keep your head up and your hopes high. Instead of focusing on all the things that can go wrong, it's important to focus on all the things that can go right. Direct your attention to all the positives in your life and allow them to motivate you. Stay grateful in the moment. Allow yourself to be excited about a prospect or opportunity. So this is about having a positive mindset. So it's asking here, when do you feel most positive? And how to use that. With NLP, that's how you use that energy. So you try to find what makes you feel really good and capturing it somehow, either with a word or a movement that you can use them when you're feeling a bit flat, sort of like capturing the energy. Azurite. Let's see if we've got azurite while I'm here. Azurite, beautiful. This is get laser focused. Ooh, you must be going after something here with the azurite. Okay. Bring a laser focus to all areas of your life. If you direct your full attention to one thing at a time, you'll be more efficient and productive. Life is busy and it can pull you in many directions. Staying focused and disciplined can help you avoid pivoting towards unwelcome distraction. So this is about focusing on things. What areas of your life would you benefit from more focused attention? There must be something in your life that requires attention at the moment. Okay, and Sue B said tiger's eye. I'm sure tiger's eye would be in here. Tiger's eye. Overcome your fears. Who was it who asked for tiger's eye? Sue B. Overcome your fears. Not a risk taker, Sue? Sooner or later, we are all called upon to take action and face our fears. Be empowered, courageous, and bold. Even the bravest among us experience fear. It matters only that you face the fear and overcome it. Don't let your natural instincts or avoiding discomfort prevent you from realizing some of your greatest experiences. Storm the proverbial castle, push open the gates, embrace your inner tiger, and stare down that fear until it's conquered. Shift your perspective. Welcome fear as an opportunity to step up, meet the challenge, and demonstrate your resilience. And it says here, what are you afraid of? Does fear affect your day-to-day choices? How would your life look if you overcome fear? So that's for you. Now, tiger's eye. Sapphire. Oh, somebody's gone here. Who's gone? Louisa's gone. Ah, okay. See you. Oh, Carolyn, how are you? Yes. Okay. That's because we're on the same journey, Jeanette. So always remember you're part of a collective. We all share the same energy. We're all made of the same energy. Okay, somebody said sapphire, but I don't know if we've got sapphire in here. No, we don't. So did I get to everybody, or does somebody want me to actually pull one out for them? As long as we haven't read it already, I'm happy to pull a couple. We've got about 10 minutes left, so maybe one or two. Oh, rose quartz. That's beautiful. That talks about love. Okay, Jane wants one. All right, Jane, let's have a pull for you. Because some people don't know the crystals, so... Oh, Honawaka. All right. Jane, I've brought agate out for you. And it says it's get back into balance. So something may be a little out of balance in your life at the moment. Let's have a look what that means. You're the first one in the book. Now is the time for mastering your sense of equilibrium. Reevaluate how you spend your time and energy to ensure your efforts are aligned with the priorities in your life. Choose to put the less important things on the back burner so you can give your full attention to what matters most. Taking things at a slower pace does not equate to a less productive day. Often it's just the opposite. Taking your time and distributing your energy in a healthier, more intentional way will help you feel more centered, enabling you to become more successful in everything you do. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, who else said? Jane. Okay, Honawaka. All right, see you, Rachel. Thank you for joining us. And Carolyn. I love that shell. That's really cool. Okay, Honawaka. Oh, you've got agate as well. I've read that one. So maybe take that one on board then, the one I just read, because that's come out again for you. So let me just have a look. Bloodstone, get up, get moving. Okay, bloodstone. Movement is momentum. It is a life force crucial to maintaining a healthy mind, body, and soul. In addition to feeling better, when we are physically active, our mind is clearer, our mood is brighter, and our spirit is energized. So it asks, where does movement and activity place in the list of your priorities? What is getting in the way of being active? How can you incorporate movement into your daily life? So that's what you got there. All right. Chris Mcrae. This better be the last. Oh, no, I can probably do one more. Chris Mcrae, you've got shungite or shungite. And this is about detoxing your life. Now remember, there's a big message for you here. Your mind, body, and spirit need a system reboot. without necessarily realizing it, we are affected by our environment and all the things in it, from the technology constantly at our fingertips to the air we breathe. I've just realized a little bit of this too. The foods we eat and the health and beauty products we use. Take a closer look at what you choose to surround yourself with and what you put on and in your body. There may be a certain area of your life that needs simplifying. Take what you need from it and realize what you don't. A virtual cleanse will help you clear out the energetic sludge and get back to feeling your best. So it's asking you here, when do you feel foggy or drained? What are you exposed to during these times? How would you feel if you gave your system a break from these sources? And I always say, just take one thing out of your life. Don't try to do without 101 things. It's too difficult. Okay, Shell, let's have a look. All right. Should be able to get the last two in. I won't. BB will have to be my last one. So we're going to do Shell first. All right, you've got ammonite, ammonite, amazonite? No, amazonite. Okay, and it talks about loosening your grip. So are you trying to control something? Because that would be why that would come out. To say to you, don't try to control things. Allow things to naturally move. There are times when enough is enough. It's time to relinquish control. You don't have to do it all. And what's more, you can't do it all. No one can. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Honawaka. Some things in life are simply out of our control. Remember, your best at any given moment is good enough. It's easy to get stuck in our ways and feel like we might want to interfere with life's greater plan. Instead, try taking a step back to give space and time for relationships and situations in your life to develop. Release the idea of how things should be to make room for how things could be. Everything will fall into place if you allow life to unfold in an organic way. In which areas of your life can you release control? So can you trust the universe in doing that? Okay, so you're very welcome, Chris. All right, and you're welcome, Shell. Citrine for BB. So let's find Citrine. 28. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, people. Thank you. 28. Citrine. Oh, bring in the light. Oh, I like that one. That one resonates for me too. Let the sunshine pour in. Some spiritual vitamin D will lift your spirits and your sights on life. Let happiness be a choice you make every day, just like the sun bursts through the fog on a cloudy day. You have the ability to bring light in, even when you might be feeling a little blue. You're in charge of the weather within your inner environment. Embrace what it feels like to feel good and make a conscious effort to stay in the light. What brightens your day? When are you feeling your happiness? How does it make you feel to stand in the sunlight? That is one of my most favorite things. You know, when you go on holidays and you're outside in your bikini or your swimmers and you can feel the sun beating down on your back, and it's not too hot. So it's nice, you know, just in the morning before it gets too warm, and you have that beautiful feeling of the sun on your back. That is one of the best feelings ever. It's an amazing feeling. All right. I've got everybody there. All right, no worries. I'm going to cast off for the day. I have more work to do, so I'll catch you all next week. You're welcome, Shell. I'm glad you were here to join us. Oh, thanks, Jane. Mwah. All right, I'll see you all next time. Take care. Mwah.